Hi guys, welcome to Belinda's Babies. Now, I watched a video the other day and it really had me thinking. I thought that was supposed to pause when I used this, but it didn't work. Oh, it's this button. Hi guys. Welcome to Belinda's Babies. I'm so grateful that you are here watching me. I really appreciate it. Now, I was watching a video the other day that really had me thinking. In the video, she collected dolls, but in this particular video, she talked about over collecting and over consumption of things and what people may think. I will say that never in my life have I ever been one to collect things in abundance. If I had little collections here and there, like say angels or sunflowers and different things over the years, it was very small and it was usually things people gave me in gifts because they knew I liked it. So as I watched this video of this particular gal, a lot of things she talked about hit home. In this world that we live in today, we talk about that we shouldn't waste, that we shouldn't be commercialism and buy and increases more production of things, and we should be more frugal, we should spend our money more wisely, we should think about the production of the items that we get, how we add to commercialism, and all this sort of thing. Prior to the position that I'm in my life right now, I never, ever once had any extra to do anything regarding that. For the most part, I was a single mom raising my kids. Even though I was married, I was the only one working. And so I was very limited. There was nothing like simple things. Like I went shopping with Trevor today. Simple things like paper towel was a luxury. So to find myself in the position that I am in now, where I have started collecting dolls and how I would like to collect more dolls, more items, more things, how I got some ET items, how I am looking at maybe possibly in the future Smurfs or things like that. It really makes me think about the fact, do people collect more because they have the access? And I wouldn't really want to say it's access. It's not like I'm flowing with money. It's that I'm not thinking milk and bread, save it for milk and bread. Don't buy the paper towel. You need milk and bread. You need milk for the babies. You need school lunches. You need this for the kids. Their birthday's coming up. This, you got to pay the rent. You got to do this. You got to do that. It's a little different when you have two people in the household with moolah. It's not a little different. It's massively different. And I'm doing this video, I'm trying to figure out in my mind how to explain what I'm trying to explain. Because there is a huge quantity of people out in this world and planet that we live in that think about excessive and simple and live a simple life and not materialistic and not to collect and not to have an abundance. And that makes so sense. It makes sense. So why? Why do we do it? Why do us in the dolly community get dolls? Why are we collecting dolls? The gal's video spoke about, she had a lot of like American Girl dolls and different dolls. I don't know. I've only seen one video. I don't know too much about her videos. I've never seen her before, so I don't think she collects reborn dolls, but I will say that she spoke about how she gets her dolls secondhand as a way to justify getting and collecting. I have thought about it a lot because there's other videos that I do watch, which is van life, tiny living, all that kind of stuff where you have little in your life. You don't have an abundance of things. You simplify your life. But she also spoke about feeding your emotional health and your emotional well-being. And what does the collection do for you emotionally? How do you feel? We worry about feeding our bodies, or we think about feeding our bodies with nutritional things. At least I have been trying lately on the diet I have been on, different way. I wouldn't say a diet, a different lifestyle, trying to be more conscientious about eating healthier, eating more protein, less carbs, less sugars, have this monitor for diabetes, drinking my smoothie, which is blueberries, protein, and protein milk. I was putting flax seeds in there, but ugh. Anyway, what was I saying? I probably have blueberry in my teeth. So my conclusion is, despite the fact I do think simplicity is good, we all make priorities different. Our priorities are different, and there's nothing wrong with a collection that you never did before in your life. There's nothing wrong with treating yourself if you've never done that before in your life. If you're treating or you're giving or your whatever was outside towards other things, there's nothing wrong with doing that for yourself. And you don't have to justify it. I felt like in the video she was justifying what she was doing. And you don't have to justify it. If you love collecting in abundance, you collect abundance. If you love to collect just 5 or 6 and then move them out, move them in, you move them out and move them in. So whatever you want to do in your life that feeds your soul for you, brings out that child again. It is okay. It's easy to say, let us not be part of that commercialism world. Let us not overindulge. Let us not pile all kinds of things into our house. But you know what? Everyone's doing it all the time. You know? Cars, houses, excessive clothes, excessive this, excessive that. Is it right or wrong to indulge in it? It's a personal choice, right? It's a personal choice in your life. But not only do you got to think about your physical well-being, you got to think about your mental health and your mental well-being. And if that helps, and if this helps, it helps. And who gives a sweet rat's ass what anybody else thinks? Because I don't at this point in my life. I don't. I really, really don't. So enjoy your babies, collect them any which way you want, have a house full of them, or only have a few. Whatever keeps you content. And some people will say, well, there's something wrong if you need to do that to be content. You really need to look at your mental health. You really need to see a counselor. If you need to collect dolls, if you need to have so many, then maybe you need to talk to somebody. There's something else going on there. Well, there's a lot going on out there, everybody, because there's always an abundance of food, abundance of alcohol, abundance of socks, abundance of dolls. You like to exercise to your heart's content. We all do an abundance of this. And if you want to be a simplistic individual that does not have any hobbies, any collecting, any purchasing, anything, maybe I'll be like that someday, but I can see me living in a van with a bunch of dolls, or living in a car with a bunch of dolls, or whatever my future holds. I hope Trevor's prepared for it, because I'm not leaving them behind. I'm just not. I also want to mention this shirt, East Coast Lifestyle. This has a lobster on there, but I don't know if anybody out there in America knows about the company that started East Coast Lifestyle. Anyway, this particular one my daughter got from the group home, or the youth. She's a youth counselor in the city, and they had a bunch made for that place, but this didn't fit her. And, well, it was way too big. I didn't think it was going to fit me, but my boobs are getting smaller. Anyway, the merchandise East Coast Lifestyles can be found online. I'm not doing any kind of promotion for them. There's no gigs, there's nothing going on there. I just think they're fun, and they're costly here. Because they became so popular. They became so popular so quick. I think it was a couple high school kids, not high school, university, were coming up with some kind of thing for school, and it just flew. It just flew. Anywho, enough of that. Enough of me. Right back to you. Have a great day. Love yourself. Do whatever you want. Do whatever. Who cares? Who cares? Bye.